Hey ERBC family. Back in the day, before I was a pastor, I had several real jobs. One of them was as the manager of a toy department in a nearby department store. In fact, it was there that I met my wife. I was the manager and she was the assistant manager. And now after years of marriage, I like to say that we've reversed roles. By the way, that's a joke I never get tired of and one that my wife can't stand, but I'm pretty confident she'll never see this and you won't tell her I said it, right? Anyhow, in my job as the toy department manager, we sold all kinds of different toys and games. And one of the games we sold was a game called Candyland, which is one of the most popular children's board games of all time, selling an average of 1 million units a year. I knew that people loved this game, but I didn't know the story behind the game, a story that has relevance for the time we're living in right now. In 1948, Eleanor Abbott, a retired school teacher, invented the game in a San Diego hospital. She was in that hospital because she'd been diagnosed with polio. During her convalescence, she was surrounded by children suffering from the same horrible disease. She wanted to create a game that would entertain those children during their painful and lonely days. And she came up with Candyland. Candyland became so popular among the young hospital patients that Eleanor Abbott decided to pitch it to Milton Bradley, one of the leading toy manufacturing companies. They were interested in it, and it quickly became one of their best-selling board games. The game was especially helpful during polio outbreaks. Children left alone in the hospital without their parents would often be overcome with feelings of abandonment and homesickness. But even those as young as 3 years old could play the game, since it requires no reading or writing, only the ability to identify colors. During the height of the polio epidemic in the 1950s, children were prohibited from gathering at public pools, lakes, or parks to prevent the spread of the disease. Most board games at that time were designed for all-family play, but Candyland could be played by children who were confined indoors alone. What did Eleanor Abbott do with her royalty income from her best-selling board game? She donated it entirely to charities dedicated to serving children in need. I share that story with you because even out of something so awful as polio, something good could come. I want to challenge you to ask God how He can use you right now in some way to serve others. Each of you should use whatever gift you've received to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace in its various forms. If anyone speaks, they should do so as one who speaks the very words of God. If anyone serves, they should do so with the strength God provides, so that in all things God may be praised through Jesus Christ. To Him be the glory and the power forever and ever. Amen.